What's up, fight fans? Top of the morning to everybody. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have to counterpunch Mr. Deontay Wilder today and Shelly Finkel. He had some interesting things to say. And first off, let's get this Floyd Mayweather business out of the way. I heard Deontay Wilder mention Floyd Money Mayweather and how they thought Floyd was crazy for leaving Bob Arum and look what he done because of that. Well, if you're going to model yourself after Floyd, you have to do what Floyd did. I know you can't do anything about your resume. You can't. I think a lot of your opponents was handpicked. A lot of them were. But in this situation, Floyd left his promoter because his promoter didn't want to give him the money that he wanted to fight a particular person, right? And that was Oscar De La Hoya. He asked for $20 million. That's what Floyd asked for. And since Bob didn't want to oblige, he left. He paid himself out of his contract. He paid $750,000 or whatever to get out of the banner and out of the promotional banner and stable and cut ties with Bob Arum. Okay, so he was a free agent. Now, him being a free agent, that's exactly where you were until Tuesday. And what he did was, back to Floyd. Floyd did the deal, got the deal made with Oscar De La Hoya himself, got his guaranteed $20 million, and that's who he is today. What Floyd didn't do was cut ties with Bob Arum, turn around and express that, hey, I'm a free agent, and then turn around and go back with Bob Arum. So we can't say you are trying to be like Floyd. You know what I mean? So, and another thing, Floyd doesn't like Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder doesn't like Floyd. You're trying to use Floyd for this example of what you're doing, and you did the opposite of what Floyd did. Floyd took a risk because he left his promotional company in order to get what he wanted. You supposedly left a network instead of the people you were working with, and then went back to the network and the same people that you're working with. What was the reasoning behind you saying you're a free agent? Why are you a free agent? Anyway, you're a free agent just to say I'm a free agent? It makes no sense to me. So don't use Floyd for an example. If you're going to example yourself, you would do something like Manny Pacquiao, what he's doing. He stayed with Bob for the longest of time, damn near 18 years. He was in his late 30s before he decided, hey, I need to move elsewhere. The Jeff Horn fight did it for him. You know what I mean? The Timothy Bradley fight should have done it for him, right? But it didn't. Some people are slower learners, just like they thought you were a slower learner when it came to putting you in with the best fighters. Your team didn't believe in you. Floyd already knew that he was one of the best in the world. He was frozen out of a lot of fights that he couldn't make. He wanted to fight Barrera. He wanted to fight Morales. He wanted to fight Princess Mamed. He couldn't fight any of those guys because his promoter wouldn't let him do it. And he took it. And then finally he was like, fuck this, I'm out. Because you don't believe in me and I know I can do better on my own. You don't think like Floyd. So stop trying to mimic yourself and tell everyone, ooh, Floyd, I'm using Floyd as an example. They thought he was crazy. Floyd didn't take risk like that. You know what I'm saying? He wanted a guarantee and he got it from leaving Bob Arum. You got a guarantee and you denied it and went back to where the fuck you came from. It makes no sense. So stop. That's the opposite. You got to be like Floyd. Be like Floyd. Cut out on your own. Leave Showtime. Get with the zone. Show everyone that you're the best heavyweight or the quote unquote real heavyweight champion. And fight Anthony Joshua, knock his ass out, bring all the belts back to America, and then get a rematch with the lion's share of the money. When you fight Joshua again, if you can do it again, then guess what? Then Fury will be knocking at your door. But of course, I'm not your manager. I'm just a guy that's trying to make sense out of someone that's career has been failing since it started. You know what I mean? Not since it started, to be fair. Since about your 30th pro fight, when they decided, oh no, we don't want you to get in there with Klitschko. No, you're a baby. You're still a work in progress. That would have angered me if I knew that I was worth more than that, because that's what Bob Arum did to Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? That's not what you think and what you're calling. You're trying to mimic. No, you went back to the same people that's been lowballing your ass for all your career, basically. You know, you've been cool with it because everybody that you've seen to fight, you've knocked the fuck out or knocked down, because these guys ain't been worth the shit. And it makes you feel like, oh, I'm Superman. Oh, yeah, I'm Bronze Bomber. I'm knocking people's brains out. You knocking plumbers' brains out. You knocking garbage men's brains out, part-time boxers and shit. You're not knocking professional, elite, top 10 fighters out. You're not doing that. You didn't do that. You did that one time, and you had help doing that, and that was with Luis Ortiz, and he was by that time, and that was a time where you fought him, and you said you wouldn't fight him years before. So let's stop that shit. Your career was padded, your career was guided and protected. Okay? That's why you're accustomed to that. I know that. But stop telling other people that you want to be like Floyd. That's a disrespect to the sport of boxing, because Floyd knew what Floyd could do. Floyd did it already. He showed people, hey, Floyd's a bad MFer. You know what I mean? That's a bad sucker right there. You know what I mean? But you just had everyone else. You had all these elite fighters. Floyd grew up in a tough era. Come on, man. Roy Jones, Trinidad, De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas. Come on. Ike Corte. Then you had guys like Gotti and, you know, like fan-friendly fighters like that. You know what I mean? He couldn't do anything with those guys. He was overshadowed. You know, you had guys like Olympians, David Reed. Those dudes, he had to compete with all those dudes, even though they were in different weight classes. It was hard to stick out amongst those guys. You were at the heavyweight division. It's a small division, as you admitted. Okay? So stop pretending like, oh, well, yeah, this fight's gonna get bigger. And he's listening to these fucking people. Instead of, hey, let me show the world this is my opportunity to get more money than I ever received and will ever really receive. I would be surprised as hell if it gets that big. They're banking on, they're letting it marinate like they've done Deontay's career. They let it marinate. They're trying to cash out this huge opportunity. I keep telling you guys with him. We let it marinate. And for the record, now get this. For the record, I worked with Klitschko to get the fight with Joshua. And it was 50-50. Okay. So you helped Klitschko because, you know, Shelly Finkel was, did work with Klitschko, right? He helped manage Klitschko. You could have got your boy Deontay in there. Why would you set up a fight with Klitschko and Joshua and not a fight with Klitschko and Wilder? If you work with both of these guys, you don't have to deal with Eddie and Hearn at all. It was backwards. Okay, guys, let me explain to you why. Deontay Wilder should have fought Wladimir Klitschko. Okay? He should have fought Wladimir Klitschko. But he didn't, because Shelly Finkel didn't believe that he could beat him. But what Shelly Finkel did believe, that Klitschko could beat Joshua. And he was damn near right, because Klitschko gave Joshua one hell of a fight. You can see that fight, one of the best fights of 2017, if not the best fight of 2017. You know, that one that comes close is probably Canelo Golovkin, one. You know what I mean? That's a fight that comes close. But those are only two, like, magnificent fights that happened in that year. Okay, so, but Wilder, that should have been Wilder's time to shine. And they held Wilder back. Like he didn't do enough to get to the next grade. So now he's still in first grade when he should have went to second grade. You know what I'm saying? Or really should have graduated. They wouldn't even let this man walk, right? Let's use that analogy. That's better. See, he could have had his coming out party with Klitschko. They gave it to Joshua, and Joshua took it. That's why Joshua is who he is today. But this Mayweather stuff, man, come on, be yourself. You made that risk. Okay, good for you. I hope it pans out. I think it was stupid, but you know, it's a risk. So for your sake, I hope because if you get knocked out, it's going to be all over. Then you gotta, hope you get a rematch, which you're not going to get a rematch with Dominic Breazeale because it's a mandatory. You know what I mean? Unless it's in the contract. So, but we don't know that. We haven't seen these damn things. But anyway, that's what I wanted to get off my chest and counterpunch about Deontay Wilder. You guys tell me what you think about these comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.